Hello everyone, and welcome to my DOL official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. As Rafe and Kat are informed that EJ has a secret partner, Gabi comes to Xander's aid in an emergency. Alex tries to offer Stephanie a beer, but she is too busy working at her computer to notice. After a brief attempt at conversation, he discovers she is completely ignoring him. She is getting ready for her hospital EJ meeting. Alex simply advises her to stop and focus on writing full-time, despite her anxiety over landing him as a client. He then shows her the cover of One Stormy Night on his tablet. She is thrilled. They begin kissing when Alex assures her that this book will restore their publishing division's dominance. Stephanie grabs a table and lets out a joyful gasp as she and Alex sit on the couch. Kayla gives Stephanie a few surprises. However, they are interrupted by an incessant knocker. When Stephanie eventually wakes up, Kayla has stopped by with a blueberry pie. She brought some over because she's stressed out about the hospital's finances. Stephanie tells her parents to stay for some as Alex rushes off to take a shower. Stephanie tells her mother about her attempt to get a job at the hospital. If EJ wasn't ready to make an offer, she doubts he would approach her. Do I have to accept it? Although she should flee, Kayla believes the hospital would be fortunate to have her. And don't turn around. Kayla arrives at Stephanie's door grinning and holding a pie. More. A challenge from Martha Madison. Now that it's his hospital, EJ intends to make some significant adjustments. Being his PR representative is challenging, but she can manage him. He is the kind of person who will leave her with a never-ending list of things to do. Alex returns for some pie after Stephanie merely wants to assist the hospital. As Kayla is ready to go, she notices the book cover and iPad. Kayla finds it difficult to speak when she acknowledges that she read it as it was circulated throughout the hospital. It was hot. She asks Stephanie if she has read it. After Kayla departs, they play stupid, and Steph looks like she's going to hyperventilate. Gabi assists Xander. Kelly Jones texts Rafe to arrange a meeting for 20 minutes from now. However, Gabi returns home to prepare for a meeting before he can go. Where are you heading? Rafe claims he needs to rush to his own meeting, but it's FBI business. Gabi says she hasn't heard from Ari when he asks if she has. But she's all right. It occurs while she is enjoying herself. In their kitchen, Gabi stands staring up at Rafe with skepticism as he smiles, leans forward and extends his hand. More. Who will abduct Victoria? However, if she doesn't respond by tonight, it's time to freak out. While comforting a sobbing Victoria in her stroller, Xander is attempting to establish the law at work over the phone. He tries to soothe her by taking her for a stroll, but it doesn't work. When Gabi arrives and offers to help, he is in a grave situation. Gabi drops her handbag and encourages Xander to give her a chance, despite his insistence that he is more than capable of calming his daughter. After calming Victoria, she informs a startled Xander that she mainly just sobbed herself to sleep. Gabi simply informs Xander that they need to reconnect, allaying his fears that Victoria has forgotten who he is. Standing in Xander's office, he looks sorrowfully at Gabi, who is glaring at him while holding her hands on her hips. More. Has a startling new pair been set up by Days? At 18, she is far more resilient than Victoria, having experienced that with her own daughter. As they get to work, Xander begins to express his annoyance at Johnny's frequent disappearances. Gabi believes he might be able to give Johnny some leeway because he was also just charged with attempted murder. Xander claims they were dropped. When she tells him that everything will be all right, Xander is a little taken aback by her composure. With whom is EJ collaborating? While playing baseball in the park, Chad and Thomas run across Kat. Thomas offers her his glove so they can play catch, but she claims she's just going for a stroll at sunset. Although she can't at the moment, Kat tells him it's sweet. Kat leaves when Chad remembers seeing the enigmatic message from a guy on her phone the other day. Thomas and Chad begin their catch game. While Kat converses with them in the park, Chad, wearing a baseball glove, is grinning down at Thomas. Rafe and Kat joke about their identities as Kat gets to his workplace. Rafe goes over their briefing when she hands over a flash drive containing EJ's financial information. This task team was established by the FBI and ISA to bring down the DeMaras. The best strategy is to follow the money, And this is the ideal moment to strike. Rafe is aware that EJ did not purchase the hospital out of altruism. Whence did he obtain the funds? Furthermore, Versavix won't turn a profit for years, so what plans does EJ have in the interim? Kat inquires about the history between Rafe and EJ as well as how personal this is. We jump to the end of Rafe's story when EJ substitutes Arnold Vinegar for him, after he urges her to settle in. Once more, Rafe informs her that purchasing the hospital is terrifying and that EJ is a sociopath. We must stop him. Although Kat didn't want to become involved, the fact that the hospital doctors saved her sister's life makes it personal for her as well. She was unaware that EJ was a villain. He is also Chad's brother. Rafe tells Kat that Chad is aware of his ancestry. He is also a good Demera. He won't get in the way and never joins forces with his less than honorable siblings. Dazed Kat stands behind Rafe, arms folded, staring at the screen while he sits at his desk and concentrates on his laptop. Further, is this the person EJ is covertly collaborating with? Kat is more concerned about her siblings being harmed as a result of this than she is about Chad. Rafe understands. Although he has siblings as well, this is his vocation. Kat acknowledges that her love of hospitals may have drawn her to this mission, but she is unsure if she is prepared for field labor. Rafe offers to teach her some techniques for protecting herself.
Gwen's attempts to enter are cancelled. Gwen enters the Demera living room to make fun of EJ for finding it difficult to choose a space. After taking a sip of whiskey, he informs her that she will not be moving in. Not right now. She will have to wait a few days while the East Wing is painted. He appreciates her bling as they discuss her newfound money, but then he notices she's wearing the Horton necklace. EJ believes she will return it to its rightful owner now that she is aware of who owns it. Gwen casually tells him, when hell freezes over. Daisy J frowns down at Gwen's neck while examining her necklace in the Demera living room. Read more. What is EJ's true agenda for Johnny? Since Laura sent her away, she has continued to despise Hortons in general. This causes EJ to laugh. He informs her that every narrative has two sides, something Gwen is aware of. And he ought to support her. Chad appears amused as he welcomes her as he and Thomas enter. Gwen welcomes them with joy, but Thomas has a question for Aunt Gwen. Why are you in possession of Aunt Julie's necklace? And why won't you return it? Chad simply smirks at her uneasiness before stating, that's a great question. Gwen informs her nephew that there has been a minor dispute regarding who owns the jewelry. As Thomas rushes up to retrieve his action figures from Rachel's room in the show's closing moments, Chad bluntly informs Gwen that he was just kind to his son. He wants her to leave Salem, wrap things up, and return the necklace. As EJ excitedly watches his brother dress her down, she says, that's not happening. On both sides, she is now Thomas's aunt. She is relocating to the estate and is a Demera. Chad merely frowns and gives EJ a curious glance. Day standing in Xander's office, he looks sorrowfully at Gabi, who is glaring at him while holding her hands on her hips. Xander is appreciative of Gabi's assistance with Victoria and is content with her composed attitude at the moment. She talks about how she will never be able to have another child and relive these formative years after recalling the times when people helped her with Ari. Be appreciative of what you have. Xander acknowledges that he has it everything. Except from Sarah. After reviewing EJ's financial situation, Rafe and Kat concur that there are serious concerns. He could only have purchased the hospital with a silent partner. Sophia lying to Amy, Gabi's horrible finding, Tate and Doug's argument. Days of Our Lives reveals that Sophia Choi will deceive Amy Choi while Gabi Hernandez will make a horrifying discovery. Here is what fans of Days can expect from the upcoming fight between Tate Black and Doug Williams III. Tate and Doug will first clash once more in Thursday's DOL episode. There may be some heated times because Tate will be certain that Doug knows more than he's revealing. Doug will deserve it when Tate lashes out at him because he is the cause of Holly Jonas and Ariana Ari Horton's disappearance. There will be a fight between them as a result of Doug attempting to eject Tate. Luckily, later this week, Tate and Doug will come to the realization that they must work together to support Ari and Holly. Holly and Ari will continue to be terrified while in captivity. Ari and Holly will undoubtedly worry about what would happen if Doug fails to collect the money he owes because there is currently no indication that he will be able to do so. According to teasers for other days, Gabi's biggest nightmare will come true when she discovers Ari never arrived at the lake. Following the revelation, Gabi will receive some support from Xander Kyriakis, but she will still be in a panic over her only daughter's disappearance. With the assistance of Melinda Trask, Tina Huang, Sophia will write a narrative to persuade Amy. Since Sophia has already given birth, she will do everything in her power to stage a false birth. Melinda will encourage Sophia to simply follow the plan, even if it will take some ingenuity and a great deal of deceit. Sophia will proceed to conceal the fact that she placed her child in the safe haven box by fabricating an adoption story. According to spoilers for Days, Belle Black, Martha Madison, and E.J. DiMera, Dan Feuereagle, will then begin the jury selection process. The last time Belle and E.J. were in the same room, things were heated, but they will be able to relax and concentrate on the trial. Could Belle recommend hypnosis as E.J. will wish he could recall the night he was shot? Stay tuned for updates on Belle's technique as she will present a proposal that might help E.J. recall it. According to spoilers for Days of Our Lives, the legal drama involving Johnny DiMera, Carson Boatman, is still to come. Gabi's startling hint about the miracle baby, who's the daddy? Updates and spoilers for Days of Our Lives suggest that Gabi Hernandez, Sherry Jimenez, may have just hinted at a miracle baby in the future. Could there be a new Who's the Daddy mystery that is about to cause a stir, despite Gabi allegedly being unable to have children of her own? When Gabi became pregnant, she recalled how scared and young she was. Gabi recalled her early years and the anxiety she experienced upon becoming pregnant with Ariana Ari Horton, Marissa Reyes, in the July 8 episode of DOL. I definitely had my doubts about being a good mother, even though I would do anything to have another child, Gabi said. Since they are typically a hint, this statement appears to have important ramifications for Gabi's future on the NBC Peacock serial opera. Such language is commonly used in soap operas as anvils, or screenplay hints that hint at a character's future path. In light of this, Gabi might be about to experience a miracle fulfillment of her desire for a second child. In Salem, miraculous pregnancies are common. Even though Gabi thinks she might not be able to conceive anymore, a miraculous pregnancy could still be in the works. In the following months, Gabi intends to use her seductive abilities in partnership with Tony DiMera, Theo Panglis. Future spoilers indicate that, depending on how this plot develops, Gabi will kiss Xander Kyriakis, Paul Telfer, which leads to their ending up in bed. Even though Xander might become a father if a pregnancy plot develops, Gabi really lights a spark with Philip Kyriakis, Jean-Paul Lavoisier. Philip and Gabi will have some sex at the desk. Gabi and Philip are about to engage in a heated desk exchange that may ultimately go beyond her plot with Tony. Put another way, as they finally let their desire blossom, Gabi may begin to feel real feelings for Philip. Philip might be a possible baby daddy if Gabi becomes pregnant, of course, depending on how things work out, there might be another paternity option. According to spoilers for the next few days, Gabi will finally get back in touch with JJ Devereaux, Casey Moss, which implies that JJ might also become a viable biological father candidate. Whatever happens, it's interesting that Gabi has been talking about becoming pregnant and wanting another child. It seems like a plot point.